Hello guys, how are you all? Hope you are all good. Today I am going to start organic chemistry. I will start with the introduction of organic compounds. This is the first class of organic chemistry. I am starting from the basics, considering that you have just passed class 10 exams. You do not have any knowledge of organic chemistry. Okay, this is the first class. Now onwards will be continuing organic chemistry topic wise. Okay, let me start. The first I will talk about the introduction of organic compound. Introduction of organic compound. Organic compound. Organic compound. What is called organic compound? If I ask, organic compound is nothing but hydrocarbon and its derivatives. Organic compound is nothing but hydrocarbon and its derivative. What is hydrocarbon? Hydrocarbon is binary compound of carbon and hydrogen only. That means a compound which contains only carbon and hydrogen. For example, CH4. There is only carbon and hydrogen. For example, C6H6. There is carbon, there is a hydrogen. For example, C2H6. There is carbon, there is a hydrogen. C2H2. There is carbon, there is a hydrogen. This kind of compound is called your hydrocarbon. Clear? Yes. Now, what is the derivative of hydrocarbon? Derivative. What is the derivative of hydrocarbon? If one or more than one hydrogen of a hydrocarbon is replaced by some other atom or group of atoms are called the derivatives of hydrocarbon. If one or more than one hydrogen atom is replaced by some other atom here I mean other than a carbon and hydrogen, or a group of atoms, the new compound is called the derivative of hydrocarbon. For example, this was hydrocarbon. If I replace one hydrogen, suppose if I replace one hydrogen by chlorine, I will call it derivative of hydrocarbon. If I replace two hydrogen by two chlorine, then also I will call the derivative of hydrocarbon. If I replace one hydrogen by one OH group, then also I will call derivative. If I replace one hydrogen by one NH2 group, then also I will call the derivative. Here also if I replaced one hydrogen by one bromine, then also I will call it derivative. That means if one or more than one hydrogen atom is replaced by some other atom or group of atoms, then they are called the derivative of hydrocarbon. Clear? Okay. That means hydrocarbon and its derivatives are called organic compounds. Obviously, organic compound must contain carbon, but otherwise may not be correct. That means if any compound contains carbon, may not be organic. Example is carbon dioxide. It contains carbon but it is inorganic compound. Example is carbonate. It contains carbon but is an inorganic compound. Therefore, any compound containing carbon may not be organic, but organic compound must have carbon. Hydrocarbon and its derivative are called organic compound. Hydrocarbon means binary compounds of carbon and hydrogen. Binary means two types of atoms. One is carbon and hydrogen, then they are called hydrocarbon. If one or more than one hydrogen atom is replaced by some other atom or group of atom, is called the derivative hydrocarbon. Clear? And all together they are called organic compound. Organic compound. This organic compound can be classified in the following categories. Classification of organic compound. Classification of organic compounds. It can be classified as open chain and closed chain. Open chain organic compound and closed chain organic compound. Open chain means it has terminal carbons. It has terminal. Open chain means it has terminal. For example, this CH3, CH2. These two are called terminal. Or it can be CH3, CH2, CH3. These two are called the terminal. For example, CH3, CH11, CH3. These two are called terminal. In case of open chain compound, there will be minimum 2 carbonyl carbon. There will be 2 minimum terminal position. That is called open chain. But in case of closed chain, no terminal position. It is like that. There is no terminal position. This is called closed chain. This is called closed chain. This is called closed chain compound. Closed chain or ring compound or cyclic compound. Closed chain, ring compound or cyclic compound. No terminal carbon. Open chain or aliphatic compound. Open chain or aliphatic compound. Minimum 2 terminal carbon exist. Clear? Open chain compound, closed chain compound. Open chain or aliphatic compounds. Minimum 2 terminal carbon must be present. In case of closed chain, ring compound or cyclic compound, no terminal carbon exist. Clear? This is the example of a closed chain compound. Now these open chain compounds again are of 2 types. One is called saturated hydrocarbon, another is called unsaturated hydrocarbon. Saturated hydrocarbon means carbon contains carbon-carbon single bond. Unsaturated, there are 2 types. One is called alkene, another is called alkyne. This alkyne contains carbon-carbon triple bond. Alkene contains carbon-carbon double bond. And this saturated, this called alkane. Alkane contains carbon-carbon single bond. If it contains carbon-carbon single bond, it is called alkane. If it contains carbon-carbon double bond, it is called alkene. Carbon-carbon triple bond is called alkyne. Single bond means sigma bond, double bond means 1 sigma bond, other is pi bond, triple bond means 1 sigma bond, 2 pi bond. So open chain compound again 2 types, saturated and unsaturated. Saturated means alkane, contains carbon-carbon single bond. Unsaturated means alkene or alkyne. Alkene means contains carbon-carbon double bonds. Alkyne means contains carbon-carbon triple bond. Clear? Yes. General formula of alkyne can be written. General formula of alkyne can be written as CN H2SN minus 2, where N can be 2 or greater than 2. N is a natural numbers having minimum value 2. In case of alkene, general formula is CN H2SN. Here also N can be 2 or greater than 2. Natural number 2 or greater than 2. In case of alkane, general formula is CN H2SN plus 2. Here N can be 1 or greater than 1. General formula of alkane is CN H2SN plus 2. N is the number of carbon. Alkane can starts with 1 carbon, but alkene or alkyne can starts with minimum 2 carbon. N is the number of carbon atoms. Based upon N, number of hydrogen atoms will be different. Alkane, alkene, alkyne. Alkane means carbon carbon single bond, alkene means carbon carbon double bond, alkyne means carbon carbon triple bond. Clear? This is about the open chain hydrocarbon, open chain organic compound. Saturated hydrocarbons, saturated means no pi bond, no double bond, triple bond. Unsaturated, two types, double bond and triple bond. Double bond means alkene, triple bond means alkyne. Okay. Now let us see closed chain. Closed chain compound. These closed chain compounds can be two types. One is called alicyclic, another is called aromatic. Aromatic, or rather before that I can do little bit more classification. This can be classified broadly for two categories. One is called homocyclic or carbocyclic. Another is called heterocyclic. Homocyclic or carbocyclic. What does it mean? Homocyclic means ring is consist by only carbon. This is called homocyclic. Ring consists of only carbon. This is called homocyclic or carbocyclic. But in heterocyclic, ring is constituted by carbon and some other atom. Hetero means other atom. For example, this ring is constituted of carbon and oxygen. Carbon, oxygen. Similarly, ring can be consist of carbon and nitrogen. They are called heterocyclic compound. Clear? Homocyclic means ring is consist of only carbon. Heterocyclic means ring is consist of carbon and some other atom. Hetero means other, different atom, different than carbon. Clear? Now this homocyclic and heterocyclic event can be of two types. It can be classified two types. One is called alicyclic, another is called aromatic. Here also it can be alicyclic, it can be aromatic. Even it can be, one more, it can be anti-aromatic. Here also it can be aromatic or anti-aromatic. Regarding this part, aromatic, anti-aromatic, I will teach in a different video, because before discuss that part you need to have some other basic concept. That's why I will be talking about that. Okay. This is in a nutshell, the classification of organic compound. Clear? Very good. Classification of organic compound. Very good. Now, how to draw the structural formula of organic compound? How to draw the structural formula of the organic compound? How to draw the structural formula of organic compound. There are several methods. One is called complete planar structural formula. Complete planar structural formula. What happens? Each carbon hydrogen must be mentioned with their corresponding bond. Each carbon hydrogen must be drawn with their corresponding bonds. For example, if I talk about the methane CH4, I need to draw like this: carbon, 1 carbon, 4 hydrogen. I need to draw like this. This is called complete planar structural formula. If I say ethane C2H6, I need to draw this: carbon, then remaining are hydrogen, 6 hydrogen. This is called complete planar structural formula. If I say propane C3H8, I need to draw carbon, 3 carbons, then remaining is the hydrogen. This is called propane. That is called complete planar structural formula. What is called? It's complete planar structural formula. Complete planar structural formula. This is called condensed form. This complete planar structural formula. Another method is there. That's called bond line notation. That is called bond line notation. Bond line notation. Bond line notation. What is that? In case of this propane, I will simply write this bond line notation. This corner, here one corner, here one corner, here one corner. This corner represent carbon. Remaining are the hydrogen to fulfill the tetracovalence of the carbon. No carbon, no hydrogen is mentioned. If something other than carbon, hydrogen is there, any heteroatoms or any functional groups, in that case that group must be mentioned. But simply if there is a carbon hydrogen, we should not mention it. Suppose if I want to draw for this C4H8, complete planar structural formula will be like that. Like that. Is carbon from 4 bonds, remaining are the hydrogens. Remaining are the hydrogens. This is called complete planar structural formula. What will be the bond line notation? It will be like this. Simply 1, 2, 3, 4 corners. 4 corners. Remaining are the hydrogens. In case of ethane, we can write like simply this. In case of methane, we cannot draw. In case of methane, we cannot draw bond line notation. Okay, clear? Sure? Very good. Similarly, if I talk about cyclic compounds, suppose this cyclic compound, this means bond line notation. This is the bond line notation for a cyclic compound. There are 3 carbon, 1, 2, 3 carbon. If you want to draw the complete planar structural formula, then you need to write like this: carbon, 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 hydrogen, 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 hydrogen. This is called complete planar structural formula. You need to mention each carbon, each hydrogen with their corresponding bond. But this is called bond line notation. Which one is easy? Obviously bond line notation. Therefore we will be following the bond line notation. Suppose you have a molecule like that. Here the derivatives of hydrocarbon. Suppose here one hydrogen is replaced by one OH group. Then that OH group must be mentioned. The OH group must be mentioned. OH group must be mentioned. Suppose here one hydrogen is replaced by one chlorine. That chlorine must be mentioned. It can be present at any positions. Depending upon their names will be different. It will be like this or that. If carbon hydrogen is there, no need to mention anything. But if anything is there other than carbon hydrogen, some other atoms or some group of atoms, in that case they must be mentioned. Otherwise simply you need to draw the bond. The corner represent number of carbon. 1 corner, 2 corner, 3, 4 corners. They represent number of 4 carbons. 1, 2, 3. It represents 3 carbons. Clear? This is how we need to draw the structural formula. This is called condensed structural formula. This is called complete planar structural formula, and this is called bond line notation. We will be using that. Okay. Next video we are going to discuss IUPAC nomenclature. Okay. Thank you.